do the best I can. My name is Chris Surridge. I'm an educator at the Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology in Daejeon, South Korea. And I'm very pleased to be here at this Languages Conference. And I would like to say a special thanks to the Avalon Project for including me. And to a super strong thanks to my friend, colleague, and collaborator, Fire Centaur, Paul Prybish in real life, who's been just an absolutely tremendous, and I mean tremendous, collaborator. And I would say that 75% of the success I've enjoyed as a developer with Virtual Worlds is directly because of his involvement in our projects. So if you're looking for a strong collaborator, a very innovative and amazing Virtual Worlds developer, then Paul is your man. So I'd just like to start off by saying that Paul's been amazing. Fire Centaur is definitely a leader. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Fire Island Mystery. It should be called that. Devil Island Mystery. Devil Island Mystery is a 10-mission multi-user interactive game. And one of the things that we focused on is what we really wanted to do is to create an environment for our students that was interactive, engaging, and got them involved in a very active way with language acquisition. But what I didn't want to do was, I didn't want to teach them English. I wanted to teach them through English. I wanted to teach them something else through English and use English as the sort of the medium for interacting with this world. And it's actually worked out quite nicely. In the early going, what we wanted to do was the three sort of main goals we had were to improve motivation among language learning students, to motivation in terms of learning English as a second language, to improve their confidence in terms of communicating in English, and finally to improve their overall interest in learning English. So we didn't actually have any specific, I guess, pedagogical goals in terms of grammar or vocabulary and things like that. What we wanted to do was to have the students sort of overcome their biases about learning English up to this point, and hopefully put some of their sort of maybe less than successful history behind them. In the early going, what we wanted to do was to engage our students. You can see the slide up there. And about a year and a half ago, what we did was we remodeled our website, and what you're looking at right now is it's not Moodle. Actually, it's a Joomla learning management system, and this is something that we've used for the last couple of years, a year and a half, and it's easily modifiable. So what we did was created a Second Life theme for this learning management system, and we used a plugin called JFusion to create a single sign-in between Joomla and the Moodle learning environment. And what we were able to do was to create an environment that was student-centered, as you can see the pictures of my students in the box there, and also something that was themed, it was fun, it was interesting to look at for the students, and definitely had a Second Life theme behind it. In behind, we also themed the website to match the Second Life theme we were using, and we took out some of the less than attractive and difficult and often unnecessary Moodle menus and links and things like that, and instead used Flash interactions, and it was much more attractive. The students tended to click a lot more because of this interface. And as you can see, it looks quite a bit different than your normal, I think, normal Moodle environment, and was much easier for our students to navigate. Now, directly speaking, it didn't really have a connection in terms of the Devil Island Mystery theme, but it definitely had a connection to the Second Life theme. So the students, by connecting our website and theming our website this way, we are more closely able to connect their learning management environment with their in-world adventure as well. Okay. We also wanted to compel our students to be more involved in their learning. And one of the most powerful things about creating education in this virtual world was our ability to create machinima. So what we did was we created a story called Devil Island Mystery, and it's a 10-mission multi-user interaction, and it surrounds the adventures of a group of KAIST students who have won a prize. Basically, they've won a trip for 4 days and 5 nights on a tropical island. In the process of flying to that island, their plane crashes on Devil Island. So we created a number of episodes for students to watch to get them in the mood for this particular adventure. They were surprised, I must admit, in the first showing of the videos in the classroom. Most of our students had never experienced Second Life or Open Simulator. Most of the students had never used any kind of multi-user role-playing game for education in the past. So when I showed them these videos in class, they had no idea that I had created them. They had no idea that they were created in a virtual world. And for them, these were just particularly perhaps interesting and novel learning interactions or learning media. It wasn't until I actually took them to the lab and had them log in and actually put them on Devil Island that they understood that this wasn't just the usual flat one-way media. They were actually going to be involved in this adventure themselves. So using the machinima itself was a huge way to get the students more excited about what they were going to be doing, and also to make this adventure personal for them. They weren't going to be bystanders. This was not going to be sort of a voyeuristic experience with language education. These students were going to be active agents in this adventure, and because of that activity, and because they were going to actually have an influence on the outcome, they became much more interested in it. In Devil Island, or on Devil Island itself, our first adventure was in Second Life on Fire Centaur's English Village. And we have a screenshot up there now. Here are our students meeting in Second Life on English Village, which we had modified to make look like Devil Island. Of course, they were using voice and text chat at the time. Text chat was actually more common, as at that time we were collaborating with some students from Kansai Gakuin University in Kobe, Japan. They had some firewall issues, and so it was quite difficult for them to use voice, so we stuck to text. But our students seemed to enjoy it, and they made the most out of it. So we're able to engage our students with our website and with the interactive world. We're able to compel them with the media, and the last step, of course, was to inspire them. And how were we going to do that? Well, as I said, by making them part of the adventure and expecting them, actually tasking them week by week with their missions to do certain things such as solve problems, collaborate, exchange information, find objects, and basically explore Devil Island. They were also required to use the Sloodle blog tool to blog directly from Devil Island to our Moodle site, and to basically capture their experiences and reflect on what they had done that day. And what we found over the last 2-3 semesters using Devil Island Mystery, that the longer that the students are engaged in the adventure,